Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this hover effect using HTML and CSS. To follow along, I'll leave the source code in the description. In case if you got stuck somewhere, just copy paste the code and work on it. Now let's see how to create this. So to create this we need three files: HTML file, CSS file and one image. So let me create the HTML first. I'm going to name this as index2.html and CSS file. I'm going to name this as style2.css. Exclamatory tab will allow you to have boilerplate HTML code. Now we need container. Inside the container we need image, and I have named it as ng.jpg. And then we need a container. We'll name it as overlay. Inside the overlay we are going to have h3 u monk and the designation. Cool, this is it. This is the HTML that we require. Now let's get into the CSS. So for the CSS I just need to add the CD for the font, which is Roboto. For all element I have removed the margin and padding, and I have added the font family Roboto. Cool. Now let me show you how does this looks. Copy, paste. We have named it as index2.html. This is how it looks. Now call the body and give the background color black. Whatever is inside the body I want it to be at the center, so display flex. Align items center. Justify content center. And justify content center won't work unless you add height, 100% of viewport height. Now it is going to be at the center. Make sure the style sheet is linked or else it won't work. Style2.css, refresh it so you can see. So for the body, whatever is there inside, I want the color to be white. So this is how it looks now. Then we have container. The width of the container is going to be 400 pixel. The height of the container is going to be 300 pixel. We're going to use position absolute, so for the parent I'm giving position relative. So we have image. Since we have only one image in the document, just directly accessing it. Width of 100% of the container, height of 100% of the container. So height and width is going to get from here. You fit. Cool. Now we have overlay. We have overlay text. Overlay div. So use position absolute, top of 0, and whatever is inside the overlay I want it to be at the center, so just copy paste this and make sure to add height or else it won't work. Let the height be 100%. Cool. Now the flex direction column, let's add the width as well. So now it's exactly in the center. We can have background color to the overlay as black with opacity RGBA 0.5. Refresh it. So this is how it looks. Now by default the opacity is going to be 1. So when I hover on the container, I want the overlay to have opacity. By default is going to be 0, and when I hover it should be 1. You can see it's working. I need a little transition, so transition 0.5s. So you can see there is transition. Now it's just for the circle. So we just need border. So how we are going to make the border? You can see there's a border. If you want, you can have h1 font size 30 pixel, 40 pixel. Make sure the H1 is there. It's H3. So you can see I'm leaving this to you. Now let's work on the border. So to have the border, we are going to call the pseudo element for the overlay. Overlay has pseudo after and before. So when we use pseudo element, the content attribute is false, or else it won't work. Position absolute, top of 20 pixel, left of 20 pixel, right of 20 pixel, and bottom of 20 pixel. Just by giving 20 pixel on all sides, we don't have to give width and height, it will be stretched. So just call this for the after. Let the border left be 2 pixels solid white, and border right also. If I refresh, you can see the border. The same way for before, this is going to be top and this is going to be bottom. Cool. So by default the pseudo element is going to have transform scale 1.5. so you can see. So let me add overlay for the container. Let me add the overflow hidden. Now it won't be shown when I hover on the overlay. So when I hover on the container, the same way the before and after, before and after will have the transform of directly 1. So let me add a smooth transition. So transition 0.5s. Cool. I hope the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening.